Let's start here in the kitchen with George Shankool from Saba's Mediterranean Cuisine. He's helping us watch our figure and hopefully watch it get smaller by swimsuit season by making a very healthy and tasty veggie pita sandwich. It's always good to see you in the kitchen.
Good to see you. I'm happy to be here.
So we're going to talk about grilled veggies, grilled foods that are going to kind of cut down on the fat and still we're going to be able to enjoy all the flavor.
Oh yeah, well, I specialize in making food healthy and delicious because we don't like to compromise.
Right, okay.
So for me, I like to eat healthy. It's very important, and for us in our culture and at our restaurant at Saba's, it's extremely easy because the food is naturally healthy.
Now, have you ever struggled with weight?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was about 300 pounds when I was 17 years old when I moved out to Arizona from Michigan.
Wow.
Started doing the restaurant thing, and it was easy. I dropped the weight within about 6 months. I've kept it off for 13 years and dropped 100 pounds.
Simply by eating Mediterranean food?
Just eating at our restaurant 3 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, and that's a ringing endorsement right there.
Oh yeah, I'll show you some tricks.
Show me some of the recipes that you do. This is zucchini?
This is zucchini. What I'm going to do is we're making a grilled veggie pita. I'm going to use zucchini, onions, tomatoes, and green bell peppers.
Okay.
You can substitute if you don't like a particular vegetable. You can always substitute it for something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a nice chop here. Throw this into our little mixing bowl, or big mixing bowl, I should say. I'm going to slice the onion. We don't need too much onion. Maybe I'll do 2 slices, but we probably won't use it all.
And we're slicing this because it's going to be grilled, or is this part
it's going to be grilled. What I'm going to do is I'm going to marinate everything, toss it all together. We're going to throw it on the grill. It's going to give it a nice charred flavor. The marinade we're going to use is really healthy. It's red wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, and the olive oil is it's so great for you. Gives a lot of flavor, and it's just it's very savory. I really like it. I'm a huge fan.
I wouldn't have thought of grilling tomatoes. It seems like they just kind of fall apart. But
what you want to do is you want to get a little char onto it, but not grill them too much. And especially with this pita sandwich, we're not going to make these too soft. We're going to keep a little firmness to it because it adds to the texture of the sandwich. Right. You don't want it to be all mush.
Mush, right? That's what I was, when you're telling me grilled veggies, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to see how this plays out. Now I understand where we're going.
Oh no, we keep a little firmness to it just so it holds that texture. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add, this is a little mix of olive oil and red wine vinegar.
Okay.
I'm going to add a little bit of this to our mixing bowl here. I have salt and pepper. Add a little bit of that, and some garlic. I got a little basil and oregano, so we'll just sprinkle this on there. And what I'm going to do is just kind of get all these on here. Usually I would let this sit for a little while before we threw it on the grill. You know,
so ideally then what, maybe 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, you can let it sit 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
And just let all the flavors absorb into it. And the vinegar helps kind of break down the vegetable a little bit so everything can kind of penetrate. So we want to stick this onto our grill.
Now, pardon me, if you had one of those little contraptions where it lays on top of the grill, it's like almost looks like a cookie sheet with holes in it, would that work, or are you not going to get the right kind of crunch to it?
I'd like to put it directly on there,
okay.
And it takes less time. You're not going to get, because what that's going to do is it's going to distribute the heat, make it a little softer.
Gotcha.
And this way, at least we can get the char we want, so it has the flavor that we need, but it's not going to make it too soft.
And it's really difficult to tell on TV because of our bright lights. But what would our flame or what would our heat be at?
With this, I like to keep it on high, so you get that char without overcooking it.
Okay. Indirect heat, though.
Exactly, and it's not going to take too long to do it. A couple minutes on each side, and then just check the firmness of it, you know, either with your finger or with your tongs, depending. What we're going to do now is this is a little raspberry preserve.
Okay.
I'm going to take some of this, and I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to this.
That's not reduction, is it? It's the real deal?
The balsamic? Yes.
Oh, okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
I don't know why it looked thicker to me.
Just whisk this together. And we're going to use this as a sauce for our pita sandwich when we're all done. And what that's going to do is it's going to really bring a lot of fresh flavor to it. It gives it a little zing from the vinegar, slight sweetness from the raspberry. You can go sugar-free if you want. There's lots of different ways that you can play with it, but I really like it. And raspberry is such a great flavor, and it goes really well with Mediterranean cuisine.
So it would be the sugar-free preserve, and just balsamic doesn't really have
You can do that. You can also make your own preserve. You can do a puree. So I
did that one time, strawberry preserve. like it was a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
I went
and
back to the Smucker's sugar-free.
See, and that works good for a lot of people because not everyone has all the time in the world to sit and make a puree or a preserve.
I think when you have like fresh vegetable, or I should say fresh fruits from the garden, like there's something about taking them and making something really purposeful with them that that makes sense for a lot of people. For me, I was going to the grocery store and making it, and I think it was really more about just giving the gift.
Yeah, no, I completely
and saying
understand.
that I made this for you than actually enjoying it. So let's go ahead and let these kind of grill up a little bit. Here in the next segment, what we'll do is show what they were supposed to look like, after we've devoted enough time. And that'll be in about 20 minutes. We're going to show you how this sandwich takes, all comes together, and then we'll show you something else.